This episode is brought to you by Amazon Prime. There's nothing sweeter than baking cookies during the holidays. With Prime, I get all my ingredients delivered right to my door, fast and free, no last-minute store trips needed. And of course, I blast my favorite holiday playlist on Amazon Music. It's the ultimate soundtrack for creating unforgettable memories. From streaming to shopping, it's on Prime. Visit Amazon.com/Prime to get more out of whatever you're into.
When it comes to towing, seeing is believing. That's why Chevy Truck's advanced camera technology offers up to 8 available cameras for 14 unique views, so you can focus on the view that really matters. Chevrolet, together let's drive. Learn more about Chevy Trucks at Chevy.com. Safety or driver assistance features are no substitute for the driver's responsibility to operate the vehicle in a safe manner. Read the vehicle owner's manual for important feature limitations and information.
Being a marketer's no sweat. You just have to manage dozens of channels, launch hundreds of campaigns, score thousands of leads, and okay, fine, it's a lot of sweat. Unless you have HubSpot's AI-powered marketing tools to help you do all that and more. Get started at HubSpot.com/marketers.
Thanks for choosing this free Anfield Index podcast. If you'd prefer to listen to this or any of our other shows without adverts, then now's the time to check out Anfield Index Pro. With AI Pro, you can supercharge your entire listening experience. You'll not only get all of our podcasts without the ads, but you'll have them far faster with our Quick Publish feature available exclusively for subscribers. AI Pro also puts you in the heart of our sound studio, with an option to listen to many of our shows live and interact with the podcasters in real time as the shows are recording. Upgrading couldn't be easier. AI Pro is available on all popular podcast platforms. Just head on over to AnfieldIndexPro.com and get started today.
Hello and welcome to your Daily Red podcast. It's me, Guy Drinkel, the third choice host, especially on a weekend. Dave Davis got a ticket to the game, the lucky bugger, so I'm stepping in freshly off waking up, which is a bit late, but I was up late. It was Friday night, why not? So it's game day. We kick off at 3 o'clock at Anfield, so yeah, just all the last bits of news and what to know before the game. So let's take a mosey on over on This Is Anfield and have a look through the news. Let's have a look at their expected lineup. I should really have scrolled through. Good start. So they've gone with Alisson, which, yeah, you'd expect. Trent, Gomez, Van Dijk, Robertson. Yeah, I'd pick the same. No one's dropped any really poor performances or enough to get dropped. Obviously, the Newcastle game was a bit weird, but nobody played well that night, so that's fair. Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, Jones, that's our only available midfielders with McAllister suspended, so yeah, that makes sense to me. Gakpo, Diaz, and Salah. Yeah, I think that's probably the team most people would pick. I think Darwin's lack of form, Gakpo in form, and Salah's obviously going to play. The number 9 position is the big question mark at the minute, isn't it? Obviously, Diaz isn't exactly playing his best football either, but I think we know more what we're going to get from Luis Diaz, whereas Darwin, it's been a problem his entire Liverpool career in terms of consistency, even game to game, never mind stretches of games. Obviously, we got the injury update that Jota and Chiesa were back in training this week as well. Depending how fit they are, could they come straight into the side? Probably, definitely not with Chiesa because he's barely played, and obviously this whole process has been about being patient with him, so I doubt we'd thrust him straight into the starting 11, especially as a number 9 where he's not played for us. I'm not sure if he's played there for Juve in his years or Italy over the years. But I do remember Arne Slot name-checking him as an option as a number 9, so it might be something we see in the future. I just doubt we see it this afternoon. And Jota, I mean, if he is fit and firing and been training for, I think, like a week and a half now, or at least a week, or probably half a week since the Girona game. I just lowered the training time completely there, so it makes it sound worse. But if he gets put straight into the side, would many people blink an eye? It'd be really nice to have Jota back. I think he was obviously the undisputed 9 at the start of the season, so he's obviously just been out. I think I read yesterday he missed like 10, 11 games, so that's quite a long time to be out. But yeah, I'd probably say Diaz would be expected to play up front. I agree with that side. I mean, let's go through their 10 things to know ahead of the game as well. We've got 4 points in hand with a game. 4 points in hand. Tired. 4 points with a game in hand. I mean, we can obviously take advantage even further and just maintain it. Man City obviously have the Manchester derby on Sunday, which who knows how that game's going to go. Arsenal are playing Everton, so they'll probably win that. And I can't remember who Chelsea are playing. It's that's how much Chelsea mean to me. Well, let's have a quick look who Chelsea are playing. Brentford at 7 o'clock on Sunday, so that could be an interesting one. Brentford are obviously quite a dangerous side, but you'd probably expect Chelsea to win that. But yeah, we can put pressure on Chelsea, especially seeing as they play later on. I think the other 2 sides play at the same time as us. I'm just double checking. Everton definitely do. No, Man City play on Sunday, of course they do. So we could put pressure on City and Chelsea, especially. Jota and Chelsea might be involved. I just kind of went through that. McAllister's suspended. I mentioned that. Starting 11 prediction. We just went through that. Fulham have a few injuries. Calvin Bassey and Joachim Andersen, their first choice centre back partnership is out. Tom Kearney's out with a suspension. I think he got sent off the last game. Harrison Reed and Reece Nelson, they're out for a little while as well. So that's quite a few starters. I mean, Tom Kearney's probably not. He's probably their first sub off the bench more so than anything, but he is an important squad player. Harrison Reed, Reece Nelson. Reece Nelson's kind of just won his place in the side in recent, in like the last month or so. So that's a star. Harrison Reed's probably a star. It seems to be him or Berg, really, from what I've seen. But yeah, missing your first choice centre back partnership is, well, we've been there. Fulham, to mention here, Fulham can be dangerous, and I do agree. I think they can be a really good litmus test, can't they? They're just a really annoying side to play against. They're very resilient. They've got some, I'd say, really good players. Like, I think Smith Rowe can win a game almost on his own. Raul Jimenez, especially in his Wolves day, can be a really annoying striker to play against. Adama Traore, we know the unique threat that he can be. Just the lack of end product, especially. Iwobi's just very dependable, but the midfield's good. It's kind of just what it is. Obviously, we're not on TV in the UK, so find other means of watching the game.
This episode is brought to you by Disney Plus. Game on, because ESPN Plus content is available on Disney Plus. You can watch your favorites from Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus together like never before. With ESPN Plus, unwrap a full day of NBA action on Christmas Day. Tip off the festivities with the Spurs and Knicks, followed by the Mavs and Timberwolves. Then a clash between the Lakers and Warriors, followed by the 76ers and Celtics. And finally, the Nuggets face off against the Suns, all streaming December 25th. Then with Hulu, watch the terrifying sci-fi thriller Alien Romulus, where a group of young space colonizers come face to face with the ultimate horror. And on Disney Plus, follow the adventures of 4 kids across the galaxy as they meet unlikely allies and enemies in Star Wars Skeleton Crew, starring Jude Law. All of these and more now streaming and available with a bundle subscription. Visit DisneyPlus.com for details. Terms apply.
This episode is brought to you by LifeLock. The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in places that could expose you to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity is stolen, their US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed or your money back. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/campaign to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
Mo Salah can overtake, or, well, he can equal or overtake Billy Liddell's goal record. Mo Salah's on 227, Billy Liddell's on 228. I mean, I think I mentioned this on Raw and on Euro Incision with Nina on Thursday. The fact that Mo Salah's now, he's already like a mythical figure in the Liverpool fandom, but the fact that he's now on par with something with Billy Liddell, who obviously for younger fans, most fans nowadays will have never seen him play. I don't think it'd be like 1% who've seen him play, but the fact that a name's so well renowned with Liverpool Football Club, who's probably easily top 5 without seeing him play, but just in terms of like the legend that is Billy Liddell, the fact that Mo Salah's 1 goal away, it's kind of mad that we've kind of watched his Liverpool career come from, oh, it's Mo Salah joining Liverpool to this. It's astonishing, really. Who is the referee? This is an interesting one. Tony Harrington from North Yorkshire. He's from a good part of the country. Can't be that bad. Touch wood. I mean, at least it's not like a Madley or a Tierney, I suppose. Yeah. That's an interesting one. Last one then before we wrap up, because, well, it's match day. Cade Gordon is expected to return to Liverpool in January transfer window, with the young winger left out the last 3 games on loan for Norwich. That's a shame, really. Obviously, Cade's gone through hellish time with injuries the last 2 years. I think Norwich changed manager, haven't they? So that might have impacted it somewhat. I mean, let's have a look where Norwich are in the league, in the Championship. 10th. I don't know their squad at all, obviously, because, well, why would I? But for them to be sat in 10th and not playing him, I'm not sure how well he was doing, but that's a shame. Maybe something like a League One loan would maybe do better, and then we can just see him star somewhere. And then next season we could work him into the Championship, because he was out for so long. Maybe a slightly lower level would have helped him a bit more. I mean, we've obviously had these injury problems in the wing positions. Obviously, Ben Doak's doing really well at Middlesbrough. Jadon Dan's been injured. There's probably other young wing prospect. Ngom is obviously 16, but he can't even play in the Champions League. But say if Cade comes back, I mean, we have the early rounds of the FA Cup that he could play in. We have the 2 Champions League games he could play in, because, well, we're through in there. He could probably play them 2 and then still find a loan late on in the window, I think. I'm not sure. I don't think the last game goes on into February. But we could probably give him a couple of games before he departs again, if we do recall him. So, but it is a shame. He was such a highly thought of talent when we got him from Derby, and I know Simon Brundish is a huge fan and a huge proponent of his. But yeah, hopefully he finds a good club to star on at loan. But yeah, maybe League One or maybe somewhere abroad. That might be the way forward. But yeah, considering Norwich at 10th, I thought they'd probably be higher than that. But yeah, that's basically it. I mean, anything else on This Is Anfield before I finish up? Ryan Gravenberch's at risk of suspension. He's one booking away. I mean, at least McAllister would be back, I suppose. Who you'd imagine be the natural backup as the number 6 anyway. I don't think the League Cup covers suspensions off the top of my head, unless... I think it's weird. I think if you get suspended in the League Cup, you can... I might have this the wrong way around, actually. I think if you get suspended in the League Cup, you can serve it in the Premier League, but Premier League doesn't serve it in the League Cup. I might have that the wrong way around, actually. But it'll be interesting. I should just read the article. It probably says, consider it. And Gravenberch is the next at risk in the league with 22-year-old, now 1 yellow card away. If he's booked against one of Fulham, Tottenham, Leicester or Man United, he will miss the next league game. Any ban would not apply to other competitions such as the Carabao Cup. See, there is something up there in the brain, just not working at the minute. But yeah, Ryan Gravenberch, I mean, out of them, you'd probably say you'd want him to miss Leicester, but I mean, the way Tottenham are playing, it wouldn't be the worst thing if he has to get booked today, or does get booked today. Probably just don't get booked against West Ham. That's probably the best way to look at that. But, I mean, the game today, I think predictions-wise, I went with 3-1 unscouted. I think Carl went with 2-0. I think today will be quite a tough game. I think what's the main thing I want to see is obviously a win, but I'd like to see a lot more stability in the midfield, especially. I think that's something that's been highlighted in the last 2 games is the defensive work of the midfield's kind of just not been up to the levels it was. I think we've seen at times Gravenberch be a smidge lazy, Jones a smidge lazy. I don't think you can really call Szoboszlai lazy, seeing as the amount of work he gets through. But I think the 2 deeper midfielders, especially with Smith Rowe probably being their main threat, I just like to see that defensive awareness more so than anything upped in this game. So yeah, that's probably my main takeaway, other than winning the game, obviously. But it'd be, yeah, just have a nice controlled performance, and everyone would snap everyone's hand off for a 2-0 win. But if we're relatively comfortable, don't ruin the Saturday, don't ruin the weekend, and that'd be fantastic. But I'll finish up there. Obviously, a quicker show on a Saturday. But thank you everyone for listening. Up the Reds.
We hope you enjoyed listening to this Anfield Index show. Please be sure to subscribe to our channel so future podcasts find their way to your device automatically. There's nothing quite like fan engagement, and we'd love to know what you think of anything discussed on this show. The best way to get in touch is over on our free Discord community, where both podcasters and listeners debate the hottest LFC topics 24/7. Sign up free now at AnfieldIndex.com/Discord. You won't regret it. You can also follow us on Twitter at Anfield Index and find us on Facebook by searching for Anfield Index. Oh, and before you go, we'd love it if you could leave us a 5-star review on your favourite podcast app. It only takes a couple of seconds, and it means the world to the people who create these free shows.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
All right, we're all set for the party. I've trimmed the tree, hung the mistletoe, and paired all those weird-shaped knives and forks with the appropriate cheeses. And I plugged in the Bartesian.
Bartesian?
It's a home cocktail maker that makes over 60 premium cocktails, plus a whole lot of seasonal favorites, too. I just got it for $50 off. So, how about a Cosmopolitan or a mistletoe margarita?
I'm thirsty.
Watch. I just pop in a capsule, choose my strength, and...
Wow, it's beginning to feel more seasonal in here already.
If your holiday party doesn't have a bartender, then you become the bartender. Unless you've got a Bartesian, because Bartesian crafts every cocktail perfectly in as little as 30 seconds. And I just got it for $50 off.
'Tis the season to be jollier.
Add some holiday flavor to every celebration with the sleek, sophisticated home cocktail maker, Bartesian. Get $50 off any cocktail maker at bartesian.com/cocktail. That's BARTESIAN.com/cocktail.